the time.
Our history shows that we are one people.
So obviously we are part of this struggle. Let us prove what we're talking about. Oh, let us show love. Let us pour it out. Now is the time. The hymns of Africa. Now is the time. Famine and hunger. Now is the time. Oh, send them a little prayer. Now is the time.
We always say there is love among us.
Now is the time to show that we're serious. Let us all pull together as one to help eradicate starvation. Now is the time to do the things he said. Now is the time to help in every way. Now is the time to show that you really care. Now is the time to show some unity. Now is the time to help humanity. Yeah. Now is the time.
It's no use to just sit and wonder.
When will there be an end to this hunger? We must help, leave no stone unturned. It's time for us to show more concern. Now is the time to do the things you said. Now is the time to help in every way. Now is the time to show that you really care. Now is the time to show some unity. Now is the time to help humanity. Yeah. Now is the time.
We must work to maintain the culture.
So we can be sure they will have a future.
Every child should have enough food to eat. To live a life that's healthy and sweet.
Now is the time. To witness with your heart. Now is the time. When we can play a part. Now is the time. To show that you really care. Now is the time. Don't let your brothers down. Now is the time. Let's turn it all around. Yeah. Now is the time.
Our history shows that we are one people.
So obviously we are part of this struggle. Let us prove what we're talking about. Oh, let us show love. Let us pour it out. Now is the time. The hymns of Africa. Now is the time. Famine and hunger. Now is the time. Oh, send them a little prayer. Now is the time. See the children of this world. Now is the time. With all your hands and soul. Yeah. Now is the time.
talking about that. I'm talking about give it. Yeah, no, I'm talking about. Thank the DJ. Yeah. I find that thing to eat. I'm talking about. All of them did that under drink. And then there's our stuff with me. Okay, see? I know that this time you won't come. I'm making sure. I'll start. Yeah, this time. Here what to do now? On your way here, you need to bring some of the drink. We have one that in there, in the tub, and we have nothing to drink. So when I come and through, make sure I bring something to drink to one place. You know, last time you say I was bringing thing and you didn't bring. I remind you early. And I send a voice note. So when I see 2 blue tick, I know you get it. Don't play smart man and play tick and reading. I will check and see when you get a blue tick. So try and, yeah, bring anything to drink this time, please. Thanks. Good. 1 tick. 2 tick. Blue tick. That's what came out. Aha! I know you get it. Well, so much of things that happen there, but what a... What going on with this?
Hey, watch that, bro.
Hey.
Girl, listen.
Rabbi Dub Dub.
Listen. But just don't do no rubber dub chip. This is all. Just all.
Rubber.
Listen, hear what? Listen. Let me call you up. You see this? I ain't going to this all. I can't handle this hour. Of course, I vex one. Stupid man on my face, hot again. Babes, hear what then? Let me talk about this later. I can't deal with this now. Right? I don't go to work. I have things to do. We go talk about this later. We will talk about this later. Jesus.
You must sanitize it. You must sanitize the air with that one, but Lord damn. Hey! Nah, sanitize one time. See what you're doing it? Yeah, because...
Nah, she got me vexed, man.
Yeah, sanitize your ears and because sanitize your phone because the kind of thing you talk on that phone.
Yeah, I was trying to hold it down with my gosh, but she just got me do some shit. Hey.
What's going on with you?
Alan.
What was that one?
Alan.
Eric, I've been here for years.
Nah, well, you know.
I'm here for years.
I just try.
But I never see her get cross like that.
Nah, I just really try. But sometimes she does do some kind of things where there's one.
You know,
What the hell going on?
You know, I'm glad I reach. You know when they're coming back here, so you have to take it up.
Nah, but it's getting me.
No, but you're reaching and saying you're in Rubber Dub area. You know how we just do it here?
I just have to say all kind of things and put my hand in the whoosh, all kind of different things just to get my mind in a space sometimes because boy if I take it on sometimes boy.
Yeah, alright. Yeah. I know exactly how you feel. You understand?
You think so?
No, I see where you're going with this because I don't see any heat. You want something to eat, something to drink.
Yeah,
but then you come with something to drink, I see it.
Yeah, I'll drink it out of the other. Just nibble on something about it.
Take your time, don't fall long. I know you don't vex, but don't fall long.
Yeah, boy.
Nah,
but I want to get my vex, boy.
So what happened? So what went on with?
I tell the girl to make a sandwich for me.
Right.
I do not eat whole wheat.
Right.
She want to go to the whole wheat healthy. I think I just white bread. You're going to get fat. I think white. I don't like whole wheat. Don't tell me what to eat.
Well, I can understand that. But why? So.
Yeah, but you want to tell me what to eat. Don't tell me what to eat.
Could it be that she's trying to get you to downsize a little bit?
You trying to tell me something?
No. Sit down. No. I ain't, no. Relax. All I just trying to do is trying to see from a different perspective.
Yeah, but watch it.
You don't like whole meat.
No, I don't like whole meat.
You don't like whole meat. Fine.
No, I don't like
You don't like whole meat. Cool.
Don't try to force me to do something because you feel it's the best thing for the world.
Right? But you know sometimes that when I come to them kind of women feel is the
You never
best
call me
thing.
there.
Or somebody call them that?
I think you never call me there.
They want them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know sometimes when you know a woman feels she right, it had to convince she against she how she feel it.
Yeah, but
So once she started talk that whole we talk,
Yeah, but
she not convinced
sometimes-
it going not work, you know.
I hear you, but sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. When you want to demand certain nah.
Nah, as a man,
You know,
I can't take
nah,
that.
I can't take that. Nah.
I was gonna say that, you know.
Tone it down different now.
Exactly.
Tone it down different.
A man can
But it's
handle
still-
a man can handle a woman coming to just, you know, telling to do things.
Yeah.
It's not ways to get her, man.
Use not my mother.
Yeah.
My mother living so.
Right, and sometimes your mother ain't gonna do that to you.
Exactly.
Sometimes your mother ain't gonna do things.
So where you come from?
Yeah.
Trying to dictate my life.
That's that. I understand.
Now, reggae vex. I
yeah,
reggae vex.
I see that. I see that.
I really do.
Yeah.
All on that. You know, the thought
But-
crossed my mind, you know.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yeah, nah, yeah, there's a bit of
Boy.
Nah,
boy. Never left.
Rubber.
Hey,
boy.
What? Well, no, I'm mood now.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I said, man,
the man following.
I'll relax it
I
now.
see it again. I see it.
I get your
I see
message.
two good things. I say right.
I get your
Just that.
message,
You
sir.
bring the drinks. Somebody
I stopped it
I
at first.
the boss calling out.
I ready, but you just inside there. Hello, Rubber Dub Dub. Now we are talking about three men and a tub. But how you going, William?
Let me sanitize. William, you sanitize?
Sanitized before you get inside there. Nice.
Oh, what, boy? I can put two.
How you going, sir?
Well, I'm going good.
Nice to hear from you today.
You man, you waste time tonight, boy. Really?
Taylor, Alan,
Yes, sir.
I find the butcher going on.
You get on bad man heating
Hey,
today,
now
man.
but she'll get my next boy.
Listen to me, Mr. Butcher. You asked your madam to make you a sandwich.
Right.
Did you tell her that you don't eat whole wheat?
Yes,
She
boy.
wants to know that. That we
She
say.
know that.
She know that?
She know that.
Oh, and she make you a sandwich.
And she's still
a
trying to
whole wheat
force me
sandwich.
to eat the whole week, you understand?
It's healthy.
Yeah, but that's how you do it.
Oh.
So, William, what do you think you should have do?
Well, the thing about it, if she know you don't eat it, and she still make it, so what if was, you sure was all wheat or she toast white bread for you?
You're making me laugh now. You're good now.
But butcher, she could have toast
No,
white
but
bread for
no,
you,
that's
you
the
know?
thing. I don't toast neither. I just like my plain white bread.
Oh, you just like your plain
Like
white
plain.
bread?
Don't toast it, don't brown it, don't fry it, don't do nothing with it. Just
It is
plain
white
plain
and
Man, man, that's what
bread.
white bread.
White
plain white
Yeah,
bread.
white bread. Yeah, bread.
Alright, well, what you could have done,
Yeah.
if she knew that, you could have simply said, well, babes, you know I don't eat white bread. I mean, you know I don't eat whole wheat bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have that.
So I shouldn't get on there.
And make me my normal sandwich.
So I shouldn't be getting on so.
No, well, you see, if you tell her that, and
Yeah.
she still insists that you eat the white bread,
Yeah.
that is a different thing. With me, if that is the case, my honey pork, I will go and make me sandwich.
But William,
Yes?
No, but I don't go on with it. You understand what I mean? I say, well, she listened to me, so I
know
don't
what
back
you
it. And I don't leave and go on. It's when I reach where I go and I pull out my sandwich to eat, I realize it's whole wheat.
and I'm sure, in all that discussion, she don't apologize for packing the wrong thing.
No, boy.
I'm sure she
But
just say,
they-
well, good for you.
Yeah, follow from.
Keep it
Nah,
up, she
nah,
get
nah,
that
nah,
wrong
Yeah,
there.
you didn't quite on top there.
Yeah.
How long you buy that?
You understand?
You didn't quite on top there. You go for it.
No, I could.
You want to sit back?
No, I could back.
William, you understand what's going on there?
Yeah, I understand what's going on there, Alan.
Thanks, man. So she just,
Yeah.
according to my old partner, she just ups.
She up,
Yeah.
so go, shit.
Yeah, but William,
Ups.
yeah. Maybe I could have toned it down a little bit how I deal with it. I take your point. I hear you.
I really hear the neighbor telling me somebody quarreling inside. They want to
Yeah, boy, nah, boy.
Thanks,
I'm
William.
quite in the right
Right.
side with them, so.
Yeah, boy,
Yeah, them
Yeah,
yeah,
nah.
I like to hear
Yeah,
you quiet.
the point I was trying to raise just now,
yeah.
you don't do the wrong thing. You might think you're doing the right thing. So
Yeah.
sometimes you say you do the right thing or you do a good thing, but it might be the right thing.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that space sometimes, you know. A woman might do something with the right intention.
Yeah, but
Good intention, I'm not saying
Good intention.
good intention. But they mightn't do the right thing or do it the right way.
Yeah.
And when they try to address what was done the wrong way, women are sometimes jump up and say, "Hey!" So you ain't even stop to say and appreciate the little thing I do. Look, I do it for you.
Yeah.
But
appreciate the wrong thing.
you woman appreciate what I
Yeah,
don't,
appreciate the
how you
wrong
man
thing.
appreciate what I don't,
Yeah,
what I
boy.
don't like.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort yet, but yeah, I know if you think you're hard enough, unless you want it.
But when they was family making
But yeah, man.
Rubber
Dub
dub.
Dub.
Hey,
What's going on?
are you alright?
You ain't Rubber Dub Dub, man.
I know this voice.
Yes.
But you ain't Rubber Dub Dub, we
Rubber
Rubber
Dub
Dub
Dub.
Dub, you ain't Rubber Dub
You gotta give me
Dub.
a rubber dub dub.
Lad,
In C minor.
I'll come back inside.
You inside.
Where this program is love. Where you go outside with the sandwich, you go like that with the sandwich.
Yeah, we dealing with that, don't worry. He said I go outside the sandwich. That's true.
Don't mash up soda.
That's true.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
go deal with that. We go deal with that.
Yeah. But
Okay.
Yeah.
no, you see, it's not the sandwich.
Thanks.
It's the whole attitude and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you, I never hit my wife.
Right.
I never hit my wife. I have no intention of hitting my wife. But I honest to God, boy, sometimes the thing the woman does do, boy.
Right. And it's how you say.
Yeah, boy.
You know, I think that most men, just like yourself, would go through these kind of things from time. I myself go through these kind of things with one of them.
Yeah.
Thing is, because when they try to address a matter a certain way,
Yeah.
you understand? Women have a way sometimes. I know this happened to you. Women have a way sometimes. When they talk to them about one thing, they shift the goalpost on the end.
Yeah.
No.
When they try to talk about the issue, this issue is the problem here. We're talking about the dog in the kennel. She will talk about the garbage bag that didn't put out last week.
Last week,
Yeah,
yeah.
but the dog
Yeah.
in the kennel is the subject matter right now.
Yeah.
So when you try to talk about you don't like whole wheat bread, it's not the first time.
I'm not taking it.
Wait,
Wait,
No,
Let's go.
Yeah,
Wait,
but-
then,
no,
when you say
no, I'm afraid, no.
when you say you don't like whole wheat bread,
Yeah.
you thinking that she understand that years ago.
No.
So, but she had a new idea.
Put this in the bin there.
She had a new idea.
Yeah.
She had a new idea to give you something healthy, but she ain't talk that healthy talk with you before.
Yeah.
You understand?
She gave-
But all she business about
Is
now
their health.
is that she's not in your health.
And she make
You
a
should
nice
say
sandwich
too.
for you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and
I
See
appreciate
that what I'm
it.
saying?
healthy.
I appreciate it.
appreciate
No, I
it.
don't appreciate it. I appreciate it. I like that.
But
Okay,
now what she
concern
doing is
is
how-
the whole boy.
And they try to talk about these things on a normal basis, and I think men today suffer in them kind of problem. And I will tell you why sometimes. Women just miss the point a man will bring because they would not be on that same page all the time. So when we go logical on a woman,
Yeah.
she become emotional in a situation. You understand? So she's saying, what your wife actually saying, appreciate that I'm taking care of your health.
Yeah.
You understand? And show me that you appreciate it too now by
Yeah.
eating it.
To be fair to, again, yeah, to be fair to, sometimes we just miss to it. Because at the end of the day, men and women don't think different.
Of course.
We have different perceptions of values. We just different.
But
and,
why?
And I think, but I'm saying, I think sometimes we too as men does misunderstand what we were trying to tell you. With all good intentions.
Yeah, but
You understand? So it really just happen both ways.
yeah, but sometimes too, we just misunderstand. Sometimes we put in a position where we have to stay quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes in a position it make no sense even trying to talk because you're telling yourself you're trying to reason on something.
Yeah.
And it's going
deeper.
south.
Yeah,
Further south.
south.
Faster than anything else.
No, that's because of the let me get this one. I have a friend, every now and then we just talk things.
Right.
Every now and then she go, boy, this man, my husband, and white men so, and white men just do this, and white men. I said, hear this. first problem is you're trying to understand a man from your female perspective.
Right.
You will always have a problem. You first have to simply appreciate this is what man is. This is how man does think. This is how man does act. This is how man does behave. This is how man does evaluate it. Don't expect them to be interested in what you interested in just because you interested in it.
Understand what you're saying or not? But most time again, and you rightfully put it, women don't take that time. If you tell a woman to do that, you think she could listen. If you tell a woman stop,
Yeah. So how we dealing with
think,
it?
I see a man talk about it some years ago in a video I was watching. The man talk about men could sit down and just stare into space and just think about nothing.
Yeah.
I want to see a man say normally watching the TV or just saying no chilling and she will say, what going on with you? What you studying so? Nothing. She could get vexed.
So
What
you
you mean
want to
nothing?
tell- yeah, you want to tell me.
So you want to tell me a line that no, I'm thinking about nothing. How you go sit down there and think about nothing? Nothing?
You thinking about nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
And he said, same time, in a woman head, she was sit down there, and he says, intergalactical Star Wars taking everything
Yeah.
connected to
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
Everything is, nothing is separate from any, so it's busy in a woman head, always busy. So when a woman tell you, you need to ask you, what you thinking about? And she tell you, nothing. That means she thinking about
Thinking everything.
Ah.
Everything, not
and it's
something.
something you had to
everything.
figure out, like something you do wrong. They she tell you.
Yeah. It's true. No?
You understand? But men, I personally feel sometimes men get in a situation like that where a man walk up to a woman and say, what you thinking about? Nothing. And she thinks she had.
Yeah. I said it.
You want to walk away thinking,
Yeah.
okay, thinking about that. Because logically we know that
Yeah.
space.
That problem's right there.
We think we know that space, but a man with experience like yourself, you know what she say? Nothing. You know it's something.
Yeah, bro.
You understand? And because of that conundrum, men just pull square sometimes
Yeah.
and say, me even try because I try to ask you a
But the
question.
both ways is
me watch my
like,
mouth.
the both ways is like, if you ask again, and
Yeah.
then ask again.
You don't know.
So what
Yeah,
one?
no, she go say, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
You're supposed to know.
You're supposed to
If you're
know.
married to me long enough.
Yeah, read my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wouldn't say
So,
read my mind, but I love you to read them.
I'm married to you long enough, so I'm supposed to know. But you're not married to me long enough to know that I know.
Exact. That is the pressure that
So we
men is
never
under.
would- never
So
would-
we supposed to know, but when you do it, it's a new norm now. When you don't know, that's a new
Yeah.
norm, and we supposed to get accustomed with that. But when we don't, it's a pressure. So so men sometimes place in a situation where they just rock back and hush them out,
Yeah.
one way or the other. You understand? And women are confused today when men get silent or
Yeah.
men get too loud when they lash out, because sometimes being silent too long
You see, I talk about lashing
this
out.
cause a problem.
I see I talk about lashing. See, you never calling it again.
I see my neighbor calling me.
They're hot on tonight.
Yeah,
They're hot
yeah.
tonight.
Rubber dub
Rubber
dub.
dub dub.
Rubber Dub Dub, Alan,
King.
Butcher and the Baker.
Yes, sir.
I'm leaving all you with something here because I'm realizing all you're trying to understand women, right?
Yeah.
Anytime, all you could explain to me why a wrong pizza does go in a square box
And then they cut
and they're eating it and they're cutting it in triangles. Anytime you could understand that thing,
Then you understand what?
a wrong pizza in a square box and you're cutting it in triangle and you to eat it. You see when you understand that? You understand women.
Woman.
I'll leave you all you the right.
Word is born. Word. Rubber dub dub. There I am. There I am.
But you see something, you see, if you use that word, you see lash out.
Yeah.
I think that is something we have to be careful with.
There's a men that's
No,
actually.
I just get vexed.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I want to do something that trip off.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't hit you, boy. I feel when a man usually point at hitting a woman, something wrong with you.
Wait.
That's something.
No, yes, you hit that source, but there for me too,
Yeah.
because for a man to hit a woman, I've been in situations where I really feel like hitting out already.
Yeah, you will feel it. You will feel
And
it.
I literally had to get up and run.
Exactly.
You understand? But when I hear a man hit a woman, two things happening to me one time. I'll get mad for him for it, but I could understand sometimes.
Yeah.
And some people say, and any situation, you say to a woman, she'll say, they will say, a man not supposed to hit a woman. Never supposed to hit a woman. And I say, true. That is true.
But where they get that from?
Wait, Eric. Here's the problem I have with it. I said, man, ask you a question. Women do things, man do things to deserve lash. Hey, baby, yes. I said, man do things to deserve lash.
Yeah.
Yes. I said, women do anything to deserve lash.
No.
They hush your mouth. I said, serious? You're serious? So women just, so men at the end of the day, no matter what, you don't lose because society don't put you in a position where you're not supposed to lash. You ain't supposed to hit. And I condemn it full 100.
Yeah.
Don't put your hand on a woman. Run if you have to run.
Yeah.
Head down the road, skate, do what you do, get away from the situation. If you know you're more powerful than the woman, do not hit that woman. Period. Run. Save your life, save her life, run. But sometimes men, because of that position of not being able to run and sometimes talk to somebody else to get. It's like when you come here now and you venting.
Can vent, yeah.
By the time you don't vent.
Some people can't do that.
Yeah. If you don't stay in a house, it can get worse. And sometimes the worst place for a man is when he get too silent.
Yeah.
And he can't talk.
Yeah.
And it stems from somewhere, you know. Like this picture here. I find a picture here. I have
Stop and give you something to cry about. Boys and men do.
You know what my mother tell me that?
Yeah, look, what the
So
picture.
you beating me. When I cry, you tell me, stop. Otherwise you will give me something to cry for. So what I'm crying for, you feel.
And then when they get big now,
yeah.
because you're quiet from learning how to hush your mouth.
Yes.
They're asking you,
What are you crying for?
no, why you don't cry?
Oh, you don't cry.
You
It's
show
small.
emotion.
Yeah.
No, like a big man.
Yeah.
But you see, again, when you're small,
You condition me.
you're conditioned
hold it
not
in.
to cry. And society have like that, we conditioned not to cry at all.
Yeah.
And
Stay
men,
strong.
right.
It's a man.
But the danger of that, I hear a man say one day, women live longer than men. I say, why? He said, because women just cry more than men. I said, okay, that.
Hold on.
Yeah, but he says men just cry more than men. And when they cry, the thing about crying is that they get emotional support. Emotional support. When I want to cry out, she cry to her next family member, at her sister, they come and they hug, whatever the case may be. And getting that family support puts you in a space of unity with somebody that people there for you. And usually when you have people there for you, you feel a little better about yourself. You live a little longer. Because you're connected to people who are emotionally in tune with you. When a man cry, if a man try to cry, will you cry for? What kind of man you be? You understand? But I don't know about them personally.
My father used to tell me, thoroughbred, don't cry.
You see what? Thoroughbred?
Thoroughbred.
Oh, it's right, thoroughbred.
Yeah,
But did you ever feel like a thoroughbred?
You understand?
Did you ever feel like a
You understand what
thoroughbred?
I'm saying?
You didn't get a chance to feel like that? If you try it,
So I bottling that, and that has lead to all the rage, all kind of thing.
and then
You
that
gotta
is
let it out. And you have to be able to let it out. You must have some kind of support system that you could use.
to vent.
To
Yeah,
vent.
You see, you come here now and you vent, as I say.
Yeah.
That's an aspect of you getting the energy out instead of taking it out on your wife.
Yeah.
So now we could talk and sober things up a little bit and calm you down and these kind of thing men
And I feel it was during this time in here with this COVID-19.
correct. Oh,
You
come
spend
on,
it.
man.
Man, husband and wife spending
no.
was it 80 to
Yeah.
90% of the time?
Understand? You remember when we was in lockdown? When the now say first start lockdown, everybody home in the house.
Can't go nowhere.
The cases they say of abuse spiraled.
No joke.
It's spiraled.
Went up.
Yes, in terms of man, it went straight and skyrocket because again you're home whole day,
With this
whole night.
Listen,
Yeah.
You're locked down, you can't go away. So if the nag happen, you could only reach around the corner and then you can't go by no bar and drink.
You can't go and
You can't
distress.
You can't go nowhere to distress yourself.
I know men who almost like hotel, you know, they just asleep for the night.
You
First chance they get is gone, you know. Nah, can't stay home.
Yeah.
So COVID locked them down. They had to force themselves to be in that scenario and take everything that they tried to run away from. They had to face it.
Think that customer away from us well too.
Yeah.
So none of them take
They had to face it. But you had to learn to deal with it.
And this is the question that men have to face. How do we know as a man, in a space where things you're challenged? Because I personally believe men is hit out when, well, there are two types of lash out. There could be more. I ain't the doctor here on this. But I think men will hit out when they feel challenged to a certain degree, disrespected.
Yeah.
And women, lady frank fellas, the secret weapon is not a secret weapon, it's the mouth. The mouth is a weapon, Eric,
of mass destruction.
That a man somehow don't feel he could match because we just think too slow.
Nah, but Alan, hear what I tell you. I hear what you're saying, I agree with you. But it has some fellas out there, boy. They just take pride in the fact that they hit the woman.
Then the next kind of man I'm talking about.
Alright.
We might tell you it have two different type or more.
Yeah.
But it have those who, and again, for a man to do that, is a man who modeling that from somewhere, he learned that from somebody.
Yeah.
It have men who see their father beat the mother, and the mother stay with the father.
Yeah.
So in a situation like that, a man reach home and have a woman, he get vexed. The woman don't know what wrong she do, but all you remember when your father get vexed, your father pull your hand or pull her belt and deal with the woman. And he thinking that normal. Like he norm, and scary to say for some women, they don't know what to do. Because here's the conundrum in this situation, right? One is that they experience the man love. Because you ain't coming inside and stay there because of licks. You have one or two weird cases where that is concerned.
Yeah.
But you ain't coming and stay in a situation like that or end up in a situation like that first because of licks. It was there because you love the man. You see a part of the man that you say, I could live with. He loved me. He showed that he loved me, blah, 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 ting. And then boom, the lick side. But he never talk to you in courting or love on you. He never tell you he watch your father beat him mother every day. They ain't gonna say that kind of thing. There is not something you're going to profess. And if a woman having a conversation like that with a man, and the man mentioned that, the first question you have to ask yourself, or ask the man, you deal with that problem inside there already? You deal with what you see growing up? You heal from that? Sometimes women just skip that part where they love the man so much.
They're hot tonight, guys. They're hot tonight.
Rubber dub dub.
Rubber dub dub. Good evening, men, gentlemen.
Good evening.
That is where we, as mothers, if we clicks, right, have to tell our sons that is not the way to go.
Right.
Because we went through that. If you have your son doing that, that is where we come in as mothers.
But moms,
right? And we should be always there, whether his son beating yes or no, you should be always there, not interfering, to make sure things go good.
Right, and I was going to ask you, moms, do you think that mothers simply saying that is effective enough for a son not to do it?
Well, I could talk for myself.
Right.
I am speaking for myself.
Right.
I have 3 sons, and I am not going to allow them to do that.
Very nice.
Right? Because I have grandchildren, and when you do that, it's going to affect my grandchildren.
True.
Right? So that is where I come in. And so far, so good.
Very nice. Well done, moms.
Very nice.
Thank
Very
you.
Go
nice.
to the healthy class and sit up.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah. No, it has some weird, as I tell you before, it has some weird situation, I understand. Make no mistake about it. I was told by, I think it was a counselor. A counselor
They
was
like
talking
it.
to him. Some women,
They like it.
some women could sit down and allow abuse in that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that
They
woman,
ain't going nowhere.
she was saying that she was counseling a young lady and she was asking the young lady, how come you end up with a man that is beat you? You leave the man and go with a next man, and that man beating you too.
And you're good.
And when the woman did the little investigation, she find out the woman and tell the man, if you don't hit me, you don't love me.
What?
How you gonna deal with that situation?
That's a different kind of love.
Now I tell you, as I said,
It's a
it's
weird love.
It's a weird case
because I'm familiar with it.
because I think
And
she
yeah,
wanna
was
sit
the
down
man.
and see, she wanna sit down under that pressure as well,
Yeah.
and tell herself that is the way to go. Rubber dub dub.
Rubber Dub Dub, all you on a nice topic tonight, boy Alan.
Share with me.
But gentlemen, here we happening. As a man in the business a little while and have children,
Right?
I am one of the firm belief that everything in life start with the choices you make. The choices that you make. Now, my kids, they see daddy vex, but they never see daddy hit the mother.
True.
They never see daddy. Now, and I used to cuss plenty when I was on work. But when I reach home by that gate, all cussing done, you know.
I hear that.
Maximum respect inside. And it's the same thing I just tell my boy children, that listen, I don't care what it is the woman do. If she horn you, you wouldn't be the first, you wouldn't be the last. I am not going to accept you beating no woman because you have sisters.
Yeah.
And you don't want nobody to hit your sister.
And a mother.
Correct.
And a mother. And you never see me that. And I look my daughters and them, they outside. And I just tell them, and they know that. I say, listen, don't let no man hit you. From the first time he hit you,
One and
you
done.
could walk. Do like Mark Monroe.
Yeah.
One and done.
Walk away. Because once you do it once, and you take it, you give him the license and authority to do it again.
True that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yep.
So the choices. One of the things, Alan, that you know, long time when we was growing up, we would pick up a young lady probably in a 5-mile radius of where we live. So we know that woman or that woman doing the same thing. She know that man. She know his parents. She know how he treat. And I just always tell my boy children, look at our big girl children. Look at how the boy treat his parents and his sisters.
Ay. Wait.
To get a good gauge.
Right there. Right there.
Yeah. You understand? And as I was saying, we would have checked in a 5-mile radius the individual that living close by us. No. It had that again, Alan.
No.
You picking up woman picking up man picking up woman on Facebook.
True.
On this, so you have not done your background check on the individual. And therein lies some of the problem. And when you realize it, you're done in it already, as they say, and you can't come out. Nah. So, choices in life determines a lot. Not only the life in terms of the woman or man that you get, but also the choices that you make determine the type of life you will have.
Correct.
With your job and all of that kind of thing. So it starts there. I locked on and listening. I mean,
Thanks
you know,
so very
listening.
much.
Yeah,
William.
Inside.
No, he make us valuable point. For a woman to know if that man's a good man, watch the way he treat with his sisters and his mother.
Yeah.
And talk to her brethren. Serious about that at time. The fella and the mother always cross-threading, boy. Always under pressure. He always bad talking the mother. Always. And I said, bro, I'm going to tell you something.
You about talking his own mother?
His own mother.
That boy.
I said, buddy, I'm going to tell you something. Women outside, they ain't no fool.
Yeah.
And they can't see you treating them better than they would treat your mother.
Yeah.
How you go and treat your mother and you will how and go out there and try to treat that woman better. I see you're mad. You love your daughter, yes. You love it. If you love woman and they want to stay with you, she will check first how you deal with your mother.
Yeah.
What you say about your mother. If she gonna stay in a situation with you and your mother all this and that, she had to show love. You had to prove that they can love beyond, because a mother's love is a rare commodity, partner. It's a very rare thing. Most valuable on the land. And you gonna mess that up. You understand what I say? And most times women miss the cue by way of how the man will treat with the woman. And like I said earlier on, he might mention something about he past watching the father doing the with his mother. And then she went, you didn't ask the question, as the question that women need to stop someone and ask the man. You get healed from that yet, but it's a deep question, because my thing is, you'll become what you despise if you don't deal with it. I must say that little slower.
Yeah.
The thing that you will despise about the father, I didn't like how you used to hit my mother. But you never deal with the pressure of how it make you feel and what it do to you. That eventually you get put in a situation,
You do the same.
you might lash out the same way. Because you never deal with it as to find a different way to escape. So most men find themselves in a space now where they get quiet, and women I don't understand that. When a man starts to implode, you get quiet. Take. That's the picture you see. You understand? Why don't tell me emotion? Well, because I was trained not to talk. But then they were trained to lash out, because when you come among men, a game going on in football or cricket, everything and we get on bad. Or because he learn how we disrespect each other. I said disrespect a man, draw the line. He gonna lash out because you have to defend himself. But women don't understand, for a man, that competitive nature or that type of mentality a man has is something that like when you was talking about now what you do is how you do it. You had not to finesse that out of a man. And women are the key, you know. They are the key. But my thing is, and my concern is, men too much times find themselves in a space where we can't necessarily relate with problems to people. We can't talk.
You wanna keep it
We can't talk. I just mentioned this. I started my other partners and I say, men don't take time to say that they have a weakness. They have a problem, and at the end of the day, we come, we meet, we ain't even talking about the woman. Women don't come together, and there's a serious, women don't come together in the barber, in the salon, they come together in the women's group. What are they talking about?
Man.
Everything that affecting them emotionally, and if the man has a problem, he need talk too. When a man come together, women don't understand. We come to watch cricket and watch football, and we not talking about you. We talking everything else but the woman. We don't want that talk inside here. It's both a protective thing and then it's an escape for we. Even if the woman has a problem, unless he's my real cool brethren, we don't ask by pressure, by all this stuff, by thing. But when we come together to lie, man, and
we have time for that.
We run away from that. But that discussion about men and the pressures they're going through is a part of that discussion. So it's easy for them to band together. You know, when anytime I see a man and a woman falling out somewhere, first thing one say, he wrong, he done do something wrong. It's the nature that they have that nature, that instinctive nature and ability to close ranks because of the nurturing and that connection that they all have. You understand? But men don't. Men don't. I've seen that. I don't know if you talk about it. Yeah, I've seen men. There's a clip of time. I'll get a video one of these days. The man walking with the woman, and the woman beating him up.
Licks.
hitting him in the tongue, lashing him, and people laughing.
And he just going on
And
around
he
like
taking licks. No, it was they set it up that way. There was a hidden camera thing. They're
Right.
showing them and he getting
Then
lashed.
taking the abuse.
Cough. A man even chuck his hand and cuff him with the word. A man passing by, you know. The man was I said, what you doing? He
don't
cuff
know,
the
you know.
man
Cuff the man.
and go on and
You
you
don't know
laughing,
what's going
trying
on.
to help the woman and cuff the man. Flip the roles. Roles reverse.
Man doing that walking on the road.
The man now, he lashing she now. He talking to she and roughing she
Yeah.
up. But then he put his hand on she like this.
God,
As
everybody
he do
involved.
this, they jump in. Hey.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
jump in,
Yeah.
run to she rescue. And like, wait, look how society just didn't pass her by. They didn't know that what going on is something staged.
Yeah.
But them just
But
passing
they
by.
jump in, they jump in, they
And they
jump in.
running to defend the woman. And they running to beat the man. And this is not even in Trinidad. So I know that is a global thing.
Yeah.
It's global. Say what you want, it's global. How do men now, seeing these, let's call it, inequities, you understand? Seeing this kind of situations, like, how do we now come out and talk about these things that affect us? Them little issues. When we know we didn't do wrong, and we get accused of being wrong already, you walk in your room before you get that times to be heard.
Yeah.
And most women don't understand that, you know. We had to fight for that space just to be heard, to be right, or to have things done this way. No, as I say, it's much more, what they call it, psychological, or there's a psychological,
Yeah.
right? Because I was reading a book.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, don't worry.
All I would socio, psycho.
This guy called Daniel Gold wrote a book. I think it was Emotional Intelligence. And the gentleman was pointing out, and he was laughing. I laughed when I read it. You see, he put some fellas on a football field, and a fella fall down and break his leg in the game. Quickly they go say, all right, come, get the fella off the field now.
Yeah.
Sub, man
Sub.
for Eric.
Let me just get my phone, man.
Yeah, go down here.
But you not trouble.
But I remember, Brent, you're supposed to go and check people.
Listen, the man said, they say the fella breaking leg.
In three places.
Right. They say, hey, time out, sub, get the man off fast now, man. The game man be
Stretch out.
We 1-0 down.
Game at a go on.
Yeah. You understand? Game off. Hey. Then boom. They say because of the nature of the injury, get the fella off. The guy, game going on. Put women in the same setup. Playing football.
Game done.
Playing football and it's the right
Game
there
done,
in space.
game done.
And I want this for you and get a bruise.
Game done.
Bruise.
Game done.
They say the woman will stop. And they
Plaster.
observe, you know.
It's different.
They stop it.
Flavy.
Both teams, you know. Not just one side, the both sides will come around. You alright? You
Somebody
okay?
go bring water. Drink some
Come.
water.
They'll take you off the field. The whole game pause.
Pause it.
They'll get flavine.
Yeah,
They'll
flavine,
paste the
yeah.
cup.
Must
Cup with
have
flavine, put plaster on it.
Yeah.
The game is not back yet, you know. Make sure you get water. You think? If you put you on the side.
Make sure
you
the paramedic
Both
comes.
teams.
Yeah.
And it's that nurturing side and that nurturing aspect of women.
Yeah.
And this is why women and men build differently. They understand the mentality of the women different to the mentality of the men.
Very different.
And it's not that one right
Correct.
and one wrong.
And that is that point that I was trying to make.
It's not
It's not about who better than who or who right. No, we're just different.
Exactly.
And we gotta appreciate the differences. But here is, I will show you this one. And I'll show you that version this year. This is a general philosophy here, but you apply to this. If you do, we say,
Is that right?
hello, come in now.
Come in.
Yeah, hey, this man was telling all about my
You want some more? Alright, nice.
Yeah,
Let me touch you stay right there, let me touch you.
Huh?
Yeah, that's the man. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
but you want to say,
You can take off your
So
mask
you want
now,
to
we're
tell
safe here, yeah. We corona free.
All right, no problem.
If you don't understand something, you're liable to do one or three things. You will misuse it, you will underuse it, or you will abuse it.
Right.
And in either case, you will not be getting the correct benefits of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just using it bad. As the same thing, if I don't take the time to understand the woman, I will treat you bad.
Yeah.
True.
Because I will treat her without any concern about how she feels and how she views things. It's all about me. Vice versa, if she don't take time to understand me, it's all about her and her perspective and her way of doing things, and everything I do will always be wrong and all that. We have to take time to understand each other.
Nice.
Otherwise, we're in a mess.
Yeah.
Hey, you're correct.
You're correct.
You're correct. And most times we have to, and that, Eric, takes effort, boy. That's an effort.
Yeah.
It's not something that just you wake
Just
up
so,
one and say,
yeah.
oh, you have to actually say, you know what? I'm really trying to understand this woman. So even when you get it wrong, you have to excuse my woman. I'm trying to.
Yeah, thank you. I
Yeah. I didn't get it right, but I'm trying to understand.
Yeah.
So, Benjamin,
Let me introduce something else. This is my partner. This is my partner, brother Noel. He can't stay too long.
Noel,
I said falling on, because you're telling what nice the product. We're not real man. Ting.
Yeah.
Ting.
Yeah.
See?
What is it? Think.
Come and share this with them boys.
Yeah.
So you're telling me about this thing we call 100 thing.
But I hear you all talking about
Full 100.
So I just want to throw my little
Yeah, man.
Come in, man.
In a relationship, couples need understanding, right? And I will identify 3 things that could cause problems in a relationship. Number one, this issue of misunderstanding. We need to have understanding because each party have a different background.
True.
Cultural background.
Right, yes.
Different bring up and brought up
economic, religious, and so on.
Yeah.
So it takes time to mesh in a marriage. You know, in the courting time, you know, you learn about one another, but it takes time to mesh after you get married.
Right.
So that's one thing that men particularly have to take into consideration. Because if you don't have that type of understanding, it can create conflicts.
True.
And that's problems. Right? 2.
Before I go to number 2, must squeeze in a question on number 1. How much time in a marriage context do you think it would take for a couple to really know each other? But is there a ballpark figure?
I would say about 3 years. Yeah, 3 years.
Alright.
Right? That's my personal view.
Okay.
Right?
With a conscious effort to know each other.
Yes.
Right, let's go to number 2.
Because even in the courting period, you're learning.
You still
Yeah.
And the second thing that a woman is concerned about that could create problems in a relationship where, you know, battery and violence ensue is this issue of money, Eric.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Money is always a problem.
Money.
Yeah, boy.
Money has created problems in a relationship.
Yeah.
Right? So the man have to make sure that he is economically stable. Right? The Bible says, therefore shall a man leave his mother and father and shall cleave unto his wife, his woman. The Hebrew says woman.
Right.
And the 2 shall become one flesh. Right? The man is there to protect the woman. He's a husband, the husband, the family. You have to secure his family. So money becomes critical. Right? So the man has to position himself in a way that he can take care of the family. And even if things don't add up, the woman have to have understanding. You know, one hand can't clap.
Yeah.
So that's an issue that men have to look at seriously. And the 3rd thing is why I'm here. I jump into tell you about
Right.
Bring it!
full 100.
Full 100.
Tell me the thing, man.
Sex.
Yeah.
Big issue in relationship.
Yeah.
Right? And some women are dissatisfied, some men are dissatisfied based upon different things, emotional conditions, stress, work issue, finance. Everything just can grow around that.
Alright. Hey,
Right?
well,
Sex, yeah.
here what? Hold on for a minute. I'll come back. Let me just go and get something in the back there. I'll come back.
Alright.
Right now he go on there.
I wonder if it's this you're looking for.
He come here.
Walk with something.
Done.
Same.
Yeah, keep the belly out of the shot.
Talk Out the Box with Jeline, Sundays at 3 p.m. right here in the Gael.
That is exactly the same thing I was telling you, fella. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it was work.
Yeah. Serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me
So tell me.
tell me.
Yeah, so the third problem with men
Yeah.
who are in a relationship is this problem of sex. Right? Sometimes the man is not satisfied,
That's a
sometimes
woman.
the woman is not satisfied. And of course, the Bible said it should be one.
Right.
So sex is something that is God made, God created,
And it's fundamental.
Yeah.
fundamental, right? And it's needed in a relationship because
Mhm.
what sex is really is an expression, ultimately, of the love and affection you have for the woman. Right? You can't go beyond that. You can't kiss and squeeze yourself into the person's body. You can't hug up the person and merge with the person's body. So what sex does, it's sex, the emotions that are involved in sex, the affections that are involved in sex, is expressed in such a way. You can only do it that way. The highest form of expression physically is the sexual act.
Right. Right.
God made that. And in order to be performed sexually, you have to be healthy. Both man and woman.
Sensible.
And what is involved? Hormones. Men have testosterone. Testosterone is what determines the sex drive in both sexes, but it's predominant in men. Right? And you don't need much testosterone for sexual function, but you need testosterone. Men have little estrogen, women have more estrogen.
Right.
Right? So, if somehow the testosterone level is low, if somehow you're under stress, which affects the hormones, if your body is not healthy, right, because of disease, aging, oxidative stress, free radical damage to the body, you know, in the environment you have all kind of toxins and obnoxious gases. You have in the foods that we eat today, you have a lot of additives, you know, colorants, taste enhancers, and these things tend to break down the nutritive value of the body. You know, it tends to weaken the hormone. Today they said men's sperm count cut in half, right? So men out there who are listening, if that is an issue in your relationship, you need to be healthy. And when we talked with Eric, we told him about this product.
70 flyer, I guess 70 flyer.
No, I think
No,
Eric got the flyer, Eric got the flyer.
Yeah.
Eric got the flyer?
Got the
Yeah,
flyer.
70 flyer.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's what
Full 100.
full 100.
Right.
The world's most
Most
powerful in
important.
answer, man.
Yeah, but this supplement is a supplement not for sexual performance particularly.
All right.
That's one of the added benefits of it.
Right.
It's a product for the whole of man, and it's a real good product. If you have heart condition, if you have hypertension, kidney problems,
If you need
you
gym.
have bone disorders, lack of energy in the gym, you want stamina, you want energy, even longevity. This product is good for brain function. See, it's a product for the whole of man.
Nah, that
short.
you crash with that.
It may contribute some. It may
Yeah.
contribute
When he
some.
come back, when he come back,
Yeah,
when he come back,
I'm gonna close in the Bible or somewhere. Yeah.
when he come back, when he come back.
This product is made from botanicals, bioflavonoids and so on, all natural-based product. Over 21 different herbs inside it, totally natural. And it's a synergistic proprietary blend. You take in one capsule.
Every day.
No.
Oh, I know. I
One
don't
capsule.
understand.
Man, you got to kill.
I don't know.
You got to kill and
What?
What?
I thought that Panadol.
Exactly.
One capsule on an empty stomach, 1 hour before you eat anything.
Hold on. This song a little more reverse to what I'm accustomed hearing. Take that on a full stomach after me. So yours in reverse here.
Empty stomach.
Take it empty.
You want this thing to be absorbed fully into the system. So you're not going to eat anything, no other mixtures, no other chemical mixing with this. Actually, the best way to take this is open the capsule, empty it in your mouth. Drink some water.
Well, opening capsule.
Yeah, it's better open the capsule with fast action, right? Put it in your mouth, drink some water, let it dissolve in your mouth, then you drink like a bottle of water. 8 to 10 ounces of water on an empty stomach before you eat anything.
Right.
And throughout the day you drink water. So it takes time to assimilate in the body. Now you have little side effects. You might get a headache. You might get a fuzzy feeling in your stomach. You may feel lightheaded. And actually it's kind of nice, the lightheadedness. You feel more alert, more energetic and so on. And you drink that water, right? 1 capsule will last 3 to 4 days in your system.
Wow.
I'm not asking you, tell me.
I go in the gym in the morning.
You will be
If I go in the gym in the morning.
you will be like a young man again. And I have
Why
experience.
young enough? Me?
You don't have to have a problem, huh? You don't have a problem to use this. If you have a problem, use it, it's going to help you. But you don't have to have a problem to use this.
Right.
Remember, it's not just
I want to go in the
sexual
gym in the
function.
morning.
Right.
You
You
see?
sure that is it?
Yes, in the morning, sir. I am due. So if I take that to go in the gym,
Right.
to
1
work
hour
out.
before you eat.
1 hour before you
No,
eat.
so I'm asking if I was to go and sleep, if I take it at night and go and sleep, don't make sense.
Well, it can make sense. You can
Okay.
take it, but you may not sleep. Right? You may not sleep. I give you a lot of energy.
You don't want to sleep. That's
I
why.
might wake up.
Good morning. What is one every 5 days?
Every 3 to 4 days. 3 to 4 days.
One every 3 to 4 days. What it is?
Huh?
What it is?
It is.
Hey!
It is Tuesday.
Listen to me. You need to be here yourself. What problem is this?
I just want to know.
No,
what
I
it is.
just want to know. So I go in the gym before I get in the morning, take the capsule, drink some water.
Drink about 8 to 10
8
ounces
to
of
10
water.
ounces.
Oh,
Then you
8 to
drink
10
it.
ounces. No.
When
After
you
this.
take it, after you take
Oh,
it,
8 to 10
ounces of water.
Right.
And
A
then
glass of water.
Right, then you're going to have your breakfast like normal,
That's
Right.
right.
and you go and do what you have to do.
I go in the gym, partner. So you seem like thing.
And that's
I
now
go in the
in the
gym.
But it's an all wrong thing.
Yeah.
Well, I go in the gym.
It's mental clarity,
I need that.
Yes,
heart
yes.
condition, serious. It's
Yeah.
that powerful.
What I pump for this?
Prostate problem. Well,
I
Thank you.
don't
You
pump.
plan to return it. You want to buy bulk.
I don't actually
no,
pump.
it's a very expensive product.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
it's a very expensive product.
What is it?
Line, 1 capsule is $140 TT.
What is
One
this? Can I see this?
capsule.
How much?
$140.
TT or US?
TT. But here it is.
Bees?
Here it is. Here it is.
Everything bees now.
Here it is. If you take the distributorship price, right, you could resell this, right? Or you could go on it for like a month, treating yourself.
Right.
So if you take 10 of this, right, that is $800. you get it for $80 for one.
Okay.
Right? And that is under 50 capsules. If you go above 50, you get for $70 for one. So you can link up with your partners and things.
Right.
You know, men who have issues. You know, you don't have to be sexual dysfunction. It could be heart condition, kidney pressure. It works very good for hypertension.
And this is
You don't
tested
need
and
any kind of
proven.
question. Tested and proven by an American cardiologist.
Mhm.
This product was developed by a Chinese herbologist. And everybody knows that I'm into natural medicine. I mean, this product is being sold in Dubai. It's used in places like Italy, North America, Africa. And now in the
Well, just
Caribbean.
explain what you, just so they can understand now, what you just do. I just mentioned about being in natural medicine.
Oh, okay.
Just so they can get an idea of who you
Well,
are.
I'm a health consultant / specialist, a wildlife master herbologist. I studied wild plants, right? Natural roots in the Caribbean, right in Trinidad here. We have a natural pharmacopoeia in the Caribbean, right? So I advocate the use of natural medicine. So I'm a naturopath, right? So I treat from HIV/AIDS right down to herpes zoster, any disease. It could be even COVID, HIV, herpes, cancer, diabetes, arthritis, male problem, female problems, hormonal imbalance. Full works. Years and years and years and years and
So
years.
this tablet is $140.
$140 for one.
I find any problem against any results.
Yeah, and it's a
I find it's focusing
it's
on
a-
the
it's
I find
a
it's
good
on the
investment.
price. I'm not gonna say it's like price, but you're focusing on the results.
It's a good investment.
It's like a good investment for health.
And people
Watch it.
fly
Yeah,
again.
no, but
Watch
what's his, he said, man, what
A
video?
video?
What's his video? What's
You
his
only
video?
know that? Yeah.
Watch his video. Watch his video.
This is Full 100, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then get Full 100. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Yeah,
See the
boy.
man
Yeah,
there?
boy.
See that?
Yeah.
I was that
Yeah,
time.
no, they get up in the morning.
So listen, yeah, I know when I go in the gym and I'm done.
Oh,
I want to be able to do
I
that.
thought they wanted to get up in the morning.
No. I wonder, you see tomorrow when
When they go
I
in the
to the
gym.
gym.
Right,
When I go to the gym,
right.
I want my instructor to tell me where do different. Because you know sometimes you see man under pressure.
Yeah. You're looking ups.
I like to put that
You're looking like an ups.
like an ups.
Yeah.
And do something
Yeah.
like us ups and do something different now. Well-
That's me trying to drink a lot of water.
Drink a lot of water.
Yeah, that's circulatory system.
Kusume.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
So you say something about distributor price. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so one capsule is $140.
Right.
If you want to market this to your friends, your family, people who you know have health issues, you want to help them, you could be a distributor. Right? And a distributor, you have to take 10 and above. So 10 and above, under 50 capsule, you get for $80. If you order over 50, you get for $70.
So I could buy it from you and then I could resell it.
Yeah.
This is being used in
Yeah.
San Fernando, Shogunas, Aruba.
But what's
all over
the
Trinidad.
Nice.
But what's the feedback you're getting so far? The
Powerful.
results.
Powerful. But some people talk of a little headache. Some people get a little more severe headache.
But is it,
Some people get fuzzy feeling in the stomach. But undoubtedly, for results, no negative.
but people don't
response.
like pain if you gain something to enhance.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about then, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What could cause the headache?
The headache, your pressure can increase.
Suddenly.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
the strength of it. Right? Most enhancers
They can take
can raise
half.
your pressure. But there are chemicals inside the natural product that brings your pressure down. So a sudden rise of your pressure will give you a headache. You drink water, that dissolves. In fact, when you drink water, you urinate, you pass electrolytes, lowers your pressure. That's what is called a diuretic effect.
Okay.
Right? So certain herbs have a diuretic effect.
Okay.
So they lower your pressure. And by the way, men who are on hypertensive medication, trust me, it's a matter of time. They will get impotent. Because that's one of the side effects of pressure medication. right?
Oh.
You want to, for sexual function and for general function of your entire body, you want to make sure the blood vessels are open.
Okay.
No atherosclerosis, no fatty deposits, no placoid.
No
Right?
placoids.
Because in your artery, listen,
I got what to use on you.
placoid.
Placoid. You look like you have placoids.
Right.
Look, hold on.
You look like you have placoids.
Hold on.
I said, if you
Hold on.
placoids on it, then you wear the tape for me there. You look like you have placoids.
Yeah, look like your bloodstream are coming in.
In the arteries, right? The walls of the arteries, gas is released called nitric oxide, NO.
Right.
That is released to help to dilate the blood vessels. You have good blood flow throughout the entire body. So doctors know that when you are experiencing ED, that is a precursor.
Erectile dysfunction.
Oh, I don't want to say
erectile dysfunction.
I was trying to drift him.
You study extra duty.
I was right there.
You don't need extra duty.
Alright,
No.
erectile dysfunction.
You want to have them blood vessels clear
Yeah.
so blood can flow throughout all the entire body.
When I-
Blood goes through the veins, goes to your lung to be purified, and then comes out in the arteries, and from the arteries goes to the small blood vessels called the capillaries. Way tinier than a strand of a hair.
Wow.
So those things clog up, like with a diabetic. The sugar coagulates in the blood, and therefore they start to get numbness in the fingers and the hands.
Okay.
So the sugar crystallizes over time, cut the small capillaries, cut the small veins, and they have no sensitivity, no feeling. So think of that happening to the genitals. There are two chambers in the genitals that works as a hydraulic system, right?
Look,
blood must flow here.
Take in the capillaries of me.
So you must have good blood flow. You must have a good
So this
nervous
is
system.
increases that blood
Yes,
blood
yes.
flow. Nice.
Right? So you must have a good nervous system.
And it should be concerned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, could make up money.
Yeah.
Alright, but so here it is. If I know, well, I mean, I want to sell, you know, but I might have to cheap partner.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. Where they could get it? Where they could
Let's
get it?
call me. Right?
Yeah.
Ah, like somebody trying to buy
Oh my goodness.
Rubber dub dub.
Rubber Dub Dub with no foreman in the top.
That's what's going on. And the fourth man has something important.
Well, I'm watching him.
Yes.
I have two questions. One, as Olio giving him this airplay, he's supposed to give Olio samples.
We have it, man.
That's one. And two, at that price, if the product that good, you're giving money back guarantee?
Yes. Hey, it take William to say that. It take a William to ask.
Because here we happening, if your product, if you so sure that everything going to be fine on all cylinders, you supposed to say, well, here we happening, brother, if in 2 days
You don't get results.
you don't get the performance, money back guarantee.
Watch me.
I listen.
Come test me.
Hey!
Come test me.
You know what they say about fisherman boy?
No, I don't want to just test you just so I have to know
I'm telling you serious.
what it is.
Everybody,
I have to protect myself.
Right.
everybody that use this product, great results.
Yeah, but hold
All
on.
over
I ain't
China.
saying no. I talking about if I have to use it. Not that I will use it. No.
Yeah.
I am just saying that if I have to use it, you understand? I need to know it because your product that good. You supposed to say off the bat. Here we are.
I want you to use it.
Money back guarantee because everything good.
I can't give everybody money back guarantee.
I talking to you.
I can't give everybody money back guarantee, but I'm giving you money back guarantee.
Test him on.
Buy watch it. Buy
Hold
10.
on.
Buy a month supply, and you tell me after.
A month supply?
Yeah, that's $800. A month supply. One every 3 to 4 days. And you come back and rub it up, Tell us.
Well, boy, right now,
Yeah.
right now, what you say? Give me a month supply?
1 month supply.
Now, well, I don't
Right
want to
now, you looking at me in more trouble, boy?
I'm saying, it's like you wear another man clip like a tripod.
This is what
see
we're
when you're
doing
back,
right now.
That's it when you're back right through.
It's for your entire,
Wait,
it's for
let
your
me tell
entire,
you
it's for your
something.
entire health.
Alright, but one of the things that I realize, and I always tell people, your body is like a car, you know. Once the engine and everything else performing,
The whole
the car will take you wherever you go. So don't only look to take thing for the iron.
Right.
Right.
And this is why
Take thing for the body. And once the body good, it naturally the iron will perform.
Right. This is why
It's a whole body product.
Yeah.
It's a whole
Full
body
body,
product.
full body.
Right, so that once it's a whole body product,
Yeah.
you will get the benefits of everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
But Alan,
Sir,
I only hear you talk about the product. What's the name of the product? Something full 100?
full 100.
100.
Yeah, but all you're supposed to put number and all of that kind of thing on this,
It's on the
on this
video.
thing, you know, for people who want it.
All right.
It's on the
Now
video.
we will, they will send me the video again and they will make you go down the video for those who want.
Okay, see me
Yeah.
now,
Check out the flyer.
Yeah.
Check out
Send
the
that flyer,
flyer.
send that flyer again.
Number, come make it
What
call.
is what you know?
I see number is 742.
Yeah.
269.
I ain't seen the number.
269.
Take number that time. 269
2268.
2268.
269, well, that's an easy number to remember because I like 69.
Right.
269.
269.
2268.
What 68?
22. Where is doing toilet?
269,
So
2268.
the other number is 69.
Yeah, 69, a beautiful number.
Yeah, 68 at the end. Just remember 68. You're
Huh?
good to go. Just remember 68.
No, I ain't talking about 69.
2 person.
Yeah, we go.
Taxi up.
And you can also call 29.
I want to say 2 for 69.
Yeah.
Go on 22.
Yeah.
So nice. So 269, 2268.
Yeah, you can take 299 1239.
One number good enough.
One number. One the back guarantee number you want.
So 269.
Right.
You want to know the back guarantee number.
They might hear that. They might hear that, Jack.
Neighbor.
269
2268.
2268. Nice.
Nice. You remember that number fast, boy.
Full 100.
That's where we live.
Save it, take it to WhatsApp too.
Nice one.
Well, but
Look, Alan. Look.
yeah, going to gym in the
Go
morning.
in gym in the morning. Go in gym in the morning. You bring one fair?
Yeah.
Hello.
I read 3.
Oh, you bring 3?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
But this was supposed to be given away, yeah?
Yeah. You realize it. You realize it. That's it. You realize it. That's it.
But I can't say that I didn't know. I don't know before I said. Anyhow, I'll find out.
No, what?
Remember.
You have to test.
Yeah.
It is important.
Test drive.
Yes. When you before you buy a new car, you take a test drive.
Right. But
So also,
So they have a phrase. They have a phrase of that. They have a big phrase of that.
Yes.
Men buy. Men try and buy and try.
Alright.
And then the women testify.
right, that's what it's good. Men
Men
buy
buy
and
and try.
try, and then the woman testify. I was no one asked that. Do we have smiling wives when you send it?
Yeah.
they call this a marriage council.
The marriage.
Hey. Keep your feet on the ground.
The marriage counselor.
And keep returning fleecers.
I don't know.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
marriage counselor.
I have a television program on
And
Synergy,
you call it next week.
10 o'clock
Okay.
Alright.
tomorrow morning.
How am I going from?
Arima.
Alright, good.
It's
Right,
live on
reality, man. Yeah,
It's
close.
live on Facebook
Right?
and they rebroadcast around 3:30.
Alright.
In the afternoon.
Right, so it's-
Very nice.
What about Dub Dub?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
Well,
will
full 100. Full 100.
Yeah, man.
Full 100. Yeah. They can hold it down. Hold it down.
Keep up with the program, right?
Yes, man.
Big dog.
Blessings, man.
So hold it down.
Blessings.
Well, you're full 100 now, right?
Well, I know that a certain virgin going home tonight
Who is that?
and make up with you. Your drugs to make up on now.
And what's that with?
Make sure before you eat,
But taking whole wheat,
Friday, French toast, whole wheat.
Watch him.
Linda, who again?
Right, bring everything.
Sad is a portion I'm talking about.
I have to stop, you know. I have to stop.
You know, a serious thing.
You know, but see, now we're talking about that thing, but men really need help.
But more than men, not just men, eh?
Well, no, but I'm talking
Alright.
as a man. You know.
If I remember, this week, we see a horrific death of an 18-year-old young man.
Yeah, it's sad, but it's sad.
You understand? And that rocked me.
Yeah.
Because I have a sister, I have daughters, and I know young women out there. That's not an easy thing for a woman to go through.
Yeah.
To actually witness, not I say witness, to see happening to our next young lady.
Yeah.
And I tell my daughter, be very careful out there.
Yeah,
And I'm concerned because it takes for the Prime Minister to jump on scene. We have monsters and monsters.
Yeah.
And it affects him so much when he almost to the point that he is talking about the scenario.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of teared up about it. And my thing is, how do young women guard themselves or protect themselves or even alert somebody
That something is.
in a situation like that?
Yeah.
With a situation in a apparent dangerous situation, because I think that we look so much now. This, I mean, you know, the condolences going out to the family and stuff, but we look so much at the problem at the back end now. This person and these guys did a heinous act. They do the nonsense. A young lady lost her life, 18 years, and the countless women that lost their life as well. In a similar fashion. Question is now, how do you sensitize young people? Because it's more than telling people, be careful.
Yeah.
Because I saw that girl jump in a car thinking innocently she in a taxi going to she grandmother's house was the worst that could happen.
Yeah.
You understand? How do you, as a young person, a young lady, you understand, or even as a parent now, alert your child? Because I find that, you know, these things that we have to try and put in place, people doesn't prepare for a dangerous situation, you know. We'd never think it would happen to us until it happens to us, you know.
That we're saying there, that is a serious thing, you know. It's a serious thing because I just had a, sometimes, you know, you're telling people, look, you're going out, you're home, you're inside, in the back, your front door open. Nah, nobody go come inside, nobody come inside here. But it's with the day when somebody decided we coming inside here.
Yeah. What you gonna do? What's your escape plan? How you gonna handle it? I remember an old lady telling me, only time looking for police, I can't find it was right on police when there's somebody takes your phone. And she watching the man who takes your phone and she trying to get somebody attention there. She got the fella fall and she and slip her in the purse and pull the phone out while she walking. Now she bag open. Wow. She bag open and he sees the opportunity. I talking to friends already while walking through town.
Yeah, they're watching you.
Wait. They're talking to me on the phone. Yeah, ting. And all I hear after is feet running. Hear me, hello? You know they snatch the phone from the person's hand and go on running with it? They go on running with the phone. No. Twice I talked to two different persons and people snatch their phone. And I'm saying, I had announced that issue to people when they're walking through town, be careful. You get a phone, unless you have a headset, a hands-free, stand up, put your back to the wall and take your phone call. Don't walk through like you're careless. Because if you have a pretty phone, on the unguarded moment, they snatch and they run the opposite direction. One of my friends, she said, I watching a man walking away with my phone, taking this joke he making. She said, I just watching him going further, and she was talking to me. She said, Alan, the man snatched the phone out of my hand and continued to walk. And he going further, and she said, I thought it was a joke this person making. Who is this person making this joke? She said, and the person going watching the phone. No, I'm saying in a situation like this young lady now, what escape mechanisms or what kind of contingency or strategic plan you could put in a situation like that. So
Yeah.
I start thinking now outside the
Well,
box.
I want to
But
I want to throw two things in the mix. Not discounting anything you just said.
Right.
I'll be careful as we are. If people hear me saying this, they might get it wrong anymore. But hear me good, hear me good, hear me good. Neighbor, hear me right, neighbor. I see you think you listen. Hear me good, hear me good. I ain't taking nothing away from that. But picture this. Here is a Jack Spaniel nest in the corner. You see it. You know it there. You know how a Jack Spaniel bite does feel. Or even if you never get it, at least you see people who get bite by it, how their face swell up and think you know that. You're passing there every day, the drip ain't interfering with you. You decide to choke the nest, and when it sting you, suddenly the Jack Spaniel bad.
Right.
Hear my logic. We know, and let me use the same word Prime Minister Rowley used. We have monsters amongst us. We know that. It's not now we know that. We know that a long time. But we behaving as though everything normal. And it's when
happening a long time this year.
it's happening a long time. It's not now we know that monsters there, but we behaving as if and in some cases we choking them.
When I say choking them, what do you mean?
We choking them. We interfering with them in many ways. We go wrong some things
some
with that.
scenarios.
But let me just, and again, I want to be careful because I don't want people to misunderstand what
I
I'm saying.
concern when I say that.
Oh, I be careful because
I listen.
while it is unfortunate what happened to the young lady, let me give you a case in point. I remember where I used to work before. We found that tape with some dotish fellas putting on robbery, but they're recording themselves putting on the robbery and talking about the different crimes and things they commit on the tape.
Right.
Right. In the midst of that, there's some young girls. Real nice, pretty young girls in their teens, 17, 18, maybe like 20, 22-ish kind of thing. And they're there. So I said, how these young girls just get themselves tied up with these kinds of individuals? And one of the girls, just as I said that one of the girls talking, somebody actually asked one of the girls on the tape, so why you like so person? I like him because he's bad. He ain't afraid nobody. He go run into anything. Blah, 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 blah. And it's the same men just turn around and lick up them same girl. They go and choke the Japanese. You know the individual is a monster. The signs there all the time. But something you decide to go and choke that Japanese.
But that's a different extreme there.
No, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not taking anything away from you.
Nah, I understand what you're saying.
But I'm saying we had to look at it all
The whole picture.
The whole picture.
Right, I understand that.
And the thing is, what I'm saying, and I use that one. It may not only be that. The point I'm making is sometimes you see an individual, there are signs. You see signs of the kind of character. But you still decide to put yourself in a position to be around them and when they turn on you, you find it strange. You didn't know he was like that. You didn't know she was like, but you see these signs all the time. The monster there is showing all the time. Right? Now in the case of this particular woman, that's different. Right? But I also want us to be aware that these are also realities that also exist. You understand? Sometimes you hear women talking about how their husband beat them and things. But when you met the man, you know he was that kind of individual. But you tell yourself, well, he loved me, so he will beat me.
Or he would change.
Yeah, you understand?
So
but you met him with that aggressive kind of attitude. Right. What do you expect? He will suddenly change because you marry him? No. So when you get married...
So are you saying, Eric,
but
that some women has looked for the...
No, I'm not saying there's look for it.
I want to make sure right now what you're
saying. No, I'm not saying there's look for it. But I'm also saying that they had to take a certain level of responsibility as well. Not that they're responsible for the crime, but they need to be more assertive, they need to be more attentive, they need to be more aware, they need to pay more attention to what's going on around them.
Or something.
Yeah.
But there's an extreme. All right, so on the scale of things, yes, you would find that relationship-wise, that some women would find themselves in a situation and have a problem getting out because it will cost them their life. Because even between the man and the woman, the man could do or say some life-threatening things. And because you know the person's nature, you can actually end up going on.
Anything also, the topic hot. The topic hot.
Rubber dub dub.
Rubber dub dub.
Rubber dub dub. Hey, Mr. Butcher.
My lord.
Yeah, boy, you and I, we could be brothers, boy. You know, think like me sometime, boy. Alan.
Doctor.
Let me tell you something. And spinning off of what Butcher just said there about the thing.
Go ahead.
I remember I tell you when I called earlier before, I talk about choices, that's where it starts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Now here we happening. I joining a parallel for you. Sokas. I sure all you see Sokas come Trinidad, all kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It have tiger, it have lion, you're seeing cobra, snake, all kind of thing in Sokas. You ever see anywhere in the world, in any Sokas, it have alligator? Huh?
No.
You know why?
You can't train it.
It's simple. So if you take an alligator and carry it home, if you're going to get bite to know, is when.
You're sure you will get bite.
Sure you bite, sure.
Exactly.
You just don't know when.
You understand?
Correct.
But again, Alan, you're laughing.
It's true, you're right.
Boy,
Is it truth?
you pick up an alligator, what do you think going to happen? And you're posing with it.
Yeah.
You understand?
You're bound to get your head bite off.
It's going to kill you.
Yep, you're correct. You can't tame it.
You can't tame an alligator,
You
boy.
can't tame it.
Alright, fellas.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Yeah. You understand? So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying women look for it. I ain't going down that road at all. They ain't look for it.
Again, I want to make sure you're clear on that.
Yeah, that's not definitely not what I'm saying. But it can't simply be a case that you just perfect and everything that happened to a woman is because a man bad. It can't be that alone.
Right.
It has.
Because there are plenty cases.
Yeah.
When you hear, and again, I'm not trivializing, but I'm piggybacking on what you're saying. There are some cases I hear where women cry rape. And this is the instant I hear rape cry. Like the man take the woman to a hotel. And on the fourth occasion that he take her to the hotel, so I'm like, how you reaching the hotel the first 3 times?
Yeah.
No, that was good.
When you going to a hotel the first 3 times and sit down and fold your knee and sit down and play card.
No, they want to collect me TV.
What it is?
I can hear legal answer on that. The thing is, because of how the law is, once a woman say no, and you decide to continue.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So all the time,
Let's go. No.
all the time thing happening nice.
Let's go. No.
You understand? But on as I said, the fourth occasion, you decide to say no.
So let's go. No. The person said no the fourth occasion.
Yeah.
The first 3 don't matter. Now that the person say no,
Yeah.
they get jammed. But
Yeah.
again, if the person say no, no is no.
No, it's no.
Yeah.
Straight up. And I for that. The person say no, partner, full up shop.
Yeah.
Even if she beg you after, run for your life.
Yeah.
Run.
Control.
Yeah.
No, but my thing with that.
No,
Finish
that's my
your point,
personal
finish your
view.
point.
That's
Yeah.
my personal view.
Yeah.
But when we quick to cast the aspersion on that's a rapist now.
Right. That's what I was coming at.
And we label him
That is
as a
what I was
rapist.
coming at.
But you know, track the story. Yeah, but friend, you was there 3-4 times.
Exactly.
Did he rape you the first 3 times? Of course not.
Nah, them is
Then
three.
something happened on the 4th occasion that they cried sour grapes. And he decided to, you understand?
Yeah, less than we
No,
we get the
again,
first 3
I ain't
times.
trivializing anything like that. But getting back to the young lady that ended up in this situation, my mission here was actually to point out to you guys, how do we know, what can we say? Because I remember watching, and I saying to me in terms of protective measures,
Yeah.
you're going on a traveling, what protective measures you could implement as a young person, both male and female? Because we ain't just say this young women alone suffering these kind of crimes.
Yeah.
Some men go missing and we don't say nothing about it. Or we think that they're into something illegal, like when they go missing.
Yeah.
But both male and female could go missing. If you're out there as a young lady, and I will tell my daughter this, before you get into a car, you do like you're on the phone. Always take your phone out. Do like you're on the phone.
Talking to someone.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if you ain't talking to nobody,
Yeah.
talk to somebody on your phone.
Yeah.
And if you don't carry, remember the full number plate, call the last 2 numbers and the color of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have 4-5.
Yeah.
It's a white car.
Yeah, a white tea there, yeah.
I'm coming in a few minutes. Because
Yeah.
some of them
So why
can't
you
go
why
car
you
length.
say that thing?
No, but
You
sometimes.
jump out to
Yeah,
A white
Let's
tea
say a
there.
white car.
A white tea there.
So she
White tea there.
might just say, yeah, 4-5, the last, yeah, the number, yeah, 4-5, talk
Yeah.
like them and train them to say that 4-5, white number plate, sorry, a white car, I'll be there in a few minutes. I'm coming in a few minutes, look out for me. For any time you say that, whoever is in the car,
Yeah.
and if anything is to happen, it doesn't set things in a certain motion, somebody know you're coming, you don't give them the number plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things in motion already. At least you're able to say something. You understand?
Yeah.
When you're in the car, if you could, sometimes when it's looking spooky,
Yeah.
do a video call. Always ask somebody on point to do a video call with them. Do a small talk. You understand? And talk. And let your video be on the other side where you can
Yeah.
scan the whole car. You understand? Persons sometimes in a robbery, even when they're being mugged,
Yeah.
ladies, women, understand when if you've been attacked. Women sometimes, and men actually too, we don't take time to observe who doing the mug. We put your head down and we try to think, but they say put your head down, and the rule of thumb is put your head down but glance, but look for features, even if it's because everybody wear masks now.
Yeah.
But you look for features that you can identify. Is a tattoo on the face, a tattoo on the arm, what kind of tattoo. But things you can look for, glance and look for. I say that because I learned as a young boy, I was watching Oprah Winfrey a day. Oprah Winfrey was showing on television, local television. There's someone in a room full of people. And while Oprah going on, a man running and snatched the first of our lady in the front seat and run out. Staged. So the woman turned and asked, the man turned and asked, okay, could anybody identify, give us any identifiable about the man that just committed that crime? Because people get frightened, they were staged. So women, so they get, you know, you could get in that emotional state.
Yeah.
But even if you're in that emotional, you have to be aware. So they ask the question, could you identify the man that just, women talk about the man having this color clothes, the man was black, the man was white, and the description people gave in a snapshot, nobody really could identify or took time to identify anything about the man that committed the act. And what the guy was saying is that sometimes we get into shock so quickly that we start to not see the details. We get, you know, things go calibumpus.
Yeah.
And because we lose sometimes the little details that will help police.
Yeah.
The little details that will help police identify one criminal. That person could pass you every day right there. You understand? And you miss the opportunity. So I'm saying that we should find ways to teach not just the young ladies or young people, have a plan to deal with being robbed, have a plan to deal with being in an abducted situation, getting into a car that you don't know in an area that you're not familiar with. Have a plan of operating or a plan of escape so that in the worst case scenario you're prepared for anything at any time. And this is the kind of conversation we need to have with young women
and men.
Women on the whole, and to protect yourself going out going out there, because and we have to do better than that. Because I hear that man was offended by the person who committed the arrest. Alleged. But it's alleged that he's a repeat.
But let me hinge on something, Let me hinge on something. We can like how you see to get them away. Basically, that's what you see. But do you remember a long time? I remember for a fact, long time. When I was going to school, primary school, I started traveling roughly at the age of probably 6, 7, on my own. From home to school in Arima. But you know what's the difference that time and now? Daddy used to say, right, you can travel in this one, travel in this man, travel in this man, travel in that man thing, this one. And by doing that, you get to know all the actual, and I say this real carefully, the actual taxi drivers, aside from the PH drivers, you know who will take you, they get to know you and you so good. They know your father, they know your mother, they know from the time you sit down in the car and you leave Arima, they know, you don't even have to say, I'm going inside so, I'm going so. They know exactly where you're going and they're dropping you home. We do have that in society again. Because everything change up now. After a certain time in the evening, 6 o'clock, you can get a proper H car to go home. So you have no choice to take a PH. Now I'm not putting anything against the PH. There are PH drivers I know work hard, upstanding people. But at the flip side of it have those that could be alleged offenders.
They can slip in. They can slip in unannounced, they can slip in unknown.
Right? And they target young girls, they target school girls. That is don't make that don't let nobody fool you. They target these girls. Hey, so you're going there. And they start friending, as they say. You're friending with them, the thing, what's your name on Facebook, next thing. And they see this the next thing, this Facebook thing. Parents need to be aware
in these things and be real as well, not just aware, be real with the children about these scenarios, the reality.
Recently I saw a whole conversation with this big man, must be 50 something years old, and this little girl must be 13 years old. But my thinking is, 13 years old,
what you do with
a Facebook account? To start with.
How you allow that?
How you allow that?
How you allow that?
Check the parents, that's the next story.
That's a whole story by itself.
But all in all, like how we start with Eric coming inside here with men problem, because that problem that girl encounter was a man problem.
It's sad.
And how do men, even in a situation like that, where they have these unnatural urges, I don't want to call it natural, an unnatural urge to do some kind of thing like that, how do men now come to a point of saying, I need to check myself and go check somewhere to get this thing fixed? Can men actually come out of their shell, or out of the closet, and put it like that, and expose those types of scenarios, whether it be a violent nature, a sexual nature, a sexual problem, an emotional problem? Because really and truly, one of the defects in society is that we have broken men. And we don't have seemingly enough outlets for broken men to get healed. And I know people just run to the church and say church are the answer, and I was like, no, the church are filled with broken people the same way. So even if they go into a church seeking healing, sometimes a broken man come to the church and the church say, God will fix it. And God saying, you are to fix it. You understand what I'm saying? And people don't understand that the same God that tell them to go fix it is saying that, but the people, anytime you have a problem and you talk to God, God has to send somebody. God is calling for yourself. it have to come through somebody.
Yeah.
And when a broken man come to the next broken man, the blind is the blind, how we heal each other. You see the point? So, do we have enough platforms for a man to reach out and say, I'm hurting, and before I hurt this woman, I need help?
Well, I'm going to explain it. That is one question. But then the other one is, before I can reach out to you for help, I'll be first willing to admit
You need help.
that I have a problem and I need help. Do we have things in place that could cause men to confront themselves to start with, to first admit, I have a problem, but I need help? Because you ain't get me to go to no institute or no kind of thing. If I don't feel that I'm not doing nothing wrong.
They want to tell
I don't know. My thing is, in all things, to your own self be true.
Yeah.
And it would take sometimes, Eric, for you to come inside here the way you come in here earlier, madder than a hornet, right like a Japanese, to pounce and sting. And then I had to be sensitive enough, and not only sensitive enough, I had to care enough to say, hey,
take it time.
let me talk.
Mhm.
Because
Take
men
your
will
time.
see men hurting sometimes.
Talk to me.
And they want to know, they really want, even if, and this is what men don't do sometimes, even if I call you and say, what's the problem, and just talk to me. Me had to get all the answers, you know.
Yeah.
You see
That's
what
what
you
listen.
talking?
That's what
You just talking, all of a sudden the
Yeah.
answers just jump out at you, because
Yeah.
I hear you talk already, then you don't say, you know, I really should not get on, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't figure out already, you don't get the answer for yourself, but all you wanted was an opportunity to be heard
Yeah.
and to be told, you know, you ain't wrong. You're swaying the right way, you're on the right track, you know, you're swaying the right way, just you let emotion get better. You mishandle the woman a little, you should have handled she a little better than that because you don't think it. But you come to terms with that early o'clock while you're talking, and men don't get a forum to sit down and be heard like that because, like I said earlier, when we come together for other reasons other than to talk with personal problem.
Yeah.
Because we think if we talk with personal problem,
You look weak.
yeah, men go take the slight or people go watch you funny. But men hurting all day too. And hurt people does hurt people.
Yep.
So if you're getting hurt because somebody hurting you, see where they're hurting to and they will understand. Most people ain't saying that. People don't take time to see them kind of issues.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge. But I'm glad you fixed the business. And Noel come here
And gave him something to fix the business.
and
Mom.
so
Fuel for the fire.
So no, but how you going now?
No, I apologize that she first thing. Because you see, at the end of the day, I know it's because she cares, she concerned, I know that. Right, as I say, it's not a what is sometimes the how, but I too need to be able to adjust and understand. Sometimes she might say something, but how I might take it is not necessarily what she mean. And I too as a man had to be willing to get to that position. And she didn't mean it. You understand? She deliberately tried to make me feel, you know, how I'm feeling. I need to get myself to that point too. Right? So that what I say is both of we had to understand each other, and if we don't do that, boy, it will always be chaos.
Most
It
important.
will always be chaos. It will always be chaos.
I know, I applaud you, man, because really and truly coming through here and, you know, because I've seen men lash out on women somehow.
Oh, seriously.
I remember the first time I
They can't
witnessed
control
that,
it. They can't control it.
I was shocked when I see a man slap a woman in who might be as a little boy. I see a man put a slap on a woman and put she in a car. And as a little boy, I stood up stunned.
Yeah.
And the reason why it stunned me is because I never see my father do that to my mother.
One of the hardest things to do as a man is to walk away. But it's also one of the strongest things to do.
To walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
It takes a man to be able to walk away at that point in time. Yeah, walk away, walk away, walk away. It makes sense. It don't make sense. It don't make sense.
It makes sense. And I've seen over the
Walk away.
this whole COVID-19 period, pal,
Yeah.
a lot of men suffer at that with not understanding that.
Yeah.
A lot of men suffer
Yeah.
loss. Men jump up, kill themselves, kill women. I remember there's a guy wrote on his a letter before he killed himself. But I don't know if I see that, but a couple months ago, not too long ago, the man write a letter talking about
I think
the woman leave him. You know, he's sick now. He lost his job, COVID-19.
Yeah.
And he had, I think it was cancer or something, he was sick. And now that he was looking for the one support, the one ups and leave him, she ups.
Wow.
And go on. And now the man sit down, the man saying, what are you going to do now? And that's what the letter he wrote and killed himself.
Wow.
And I sit down reading the letter that this man wrote. But somebody said, Alan, your letter, and I saw it circulated in our next chat. But I passed, no, I just came through the phone, glimpsed the letter, but I didn't take it on.
Yeah.
It's a whole day after somebody asked me that, I say, I did see something like that and didn't read it. And I stopped now and I read it. And I listened, Eric. I sat down and reading that thing and I was crying. And I was crying because I sat there watching the thing and I was asking myself, who heard this man scream? This man must be standing in a crowded room, screaming for help. And nobody
Yeah.
heard it. And at the end of the day, you have no choice now to end it like this. Now, I don't like and I don't subscribe to it, but I know how it feels to want to kill yourself. I know
I
how
know what
that
you're saying.
feels. No, and I tell you, it's
I know what
a
you're saying.
bad feeling.
Yeah, I want to
I
use
know how it feels, but I cry for the man because he was just calling out for help.
Nobody help him.
And
No help.
nobody could have
did
said,
help.
hey, hold him by the hand, let me go in
Yeah.
this direction, let me show you where you can get the help.
Yeah.
Come